We are shifting focus now to the big story that is happening here in the national capital, and that is between India and China. Now, close to 3 years ago, 20 of our Jawans were martyred in Galwan. It was an unprovoked attack from Chinese PLA side. Now, for the first time since then, India and China are at the talks table. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will be holding a bilateral with Chinese Defence Minister in just a few minutes from now here in Delhi. This bilateral meeting is on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization meeting tomorrow. Now, India, which is chairing the Eurasian Regional Forum this year, has a range of bilateral issues to discuss with its fellow SCO members. There are several other bilaterals outside of China also that are on the docket for the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, both today and tomorrow. But the prime focus is going to be on this particular bilateral, which starts in a few minutes from now with the Defence Minister of China. Disengagement and de-escalation of border confrontation is going to be primarily focused. Transgressions and provocations both in Ladakh and Arunachal are going to weigh heavy on Raksha Mantri's mind when that meeting happens. Now, we saw 3 days ago, India and China had held the 18th round of commander-level talks over disengagement at the line of actual control. This is 18 rounds since we've seen the kind of transgressions that have happened in Galwan. Both sides said that they had a frank and in-depth conversation on the friction areas. There are at least 2 that remain now, Depsang and Demchok. China's foreign ministry has said that after the meeting, according to common understanding of the leaders of both countries, the 2 sides have now held in-depth exchange of views on expediting the resolution of relevant issues, which essentially means that there has been no breakthrough as far as Depsang and Demchok are concerned, at least in the 18th round. Now, so far, both sides have disengaged in at least 4 other areas along the line of actual control in the eastern Ladakh area. There are buffer zones that have also been set up, but these 2 sticking points still remain. Here's a breakdown of what exactly happened during that Corps Commander meeting that happened 3 days ago. Corps Commander on both sides, the talks were held on the 23rd of April. Both sides had a candid exchange of views on relevant issues. They agreed to maintain close contact. The agreement is going to continue dialogue and to speed up the settlement. They also agreed to maintain peace and tranquility in border areas. Meanwhile, even as we're seeing these talks happen, both at the military level and now at the diplomatic level as well. But the provocations coming in from the Chinese side continue unabated, and it's not just eastern Ladakh. We've seen these provocations as far as Arunachal is also concerned. The renaming controversies that we've seen, 3 provocations in 6 years. It started in 2017 in April when China renamed 6 places in Arunachal Pradesh. This move was after the Dalai Lama's visit. They wanted to make Arunachal Pradesh a part of their territory. In December of 2021, China released a standardized name of 15 places that were marked on the Chinese maps. They were marked as South Tibet and not as Arunachal Pradesh that is in Indian territory. In 2023, in April this year, which is this particular month, 11 places again were renamed by China in Arunachal Pradesh. It even includes a town near the capital of Arunachal Pradesh, near Itanagar, and yet they want to have a claim on this particular territory. So the provocations continue both in eastern Ladakh and in Arunachal along the line of actual control. We've seen the kind of infrastructure build-up that has also happened along the line of actual control on the Chinese side. So today, in a few minutes from now, when both defense ministers sit down at the talking table, what's on the agenda? Is there a border thaw that we could see? That's the big debate. Before I get in, both my panelists, we are getting some news coming in that the bilateral, in fact, has begun between Li Shangfu, Defence Minister of China, with his counterpart here in India, Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh. Akash, my colleague, getting us the details on that. Akash, in a few minutes from now, we perhaps could be seeing some photo opportunities, some photos coming out of that meeting. How long are we expecting this engagement to go on for?
So, yes, first of all, this meeting has begun. In fact, just a few minutes back, we have got this from our sources which are present inside the particular venue. And in fact, this is the most awaited meeting of the day. Total 4 bilaterals were planned for this particular day, and China was the last one for this particular day. 6:30 is the time when it has got started. And now we are expecting that it will go till 7 or 7:25 or 7:15. It can go to any time near that. Also, it is very important, Poonam, because as you rightly mentioned, there are a number of issues. Other than the regional peace and security, we know about the Galwan clash in 2020, and this is first meeting between the defense ministers after Galwan clash. We know that Li Shangfu has assumed the office in March 2023, and this is his first visit to India. So this meeting is very, very important. Both the countries are going to discuss a number of issues, specifically the issues of Eastern Ladakh sector. This is what we are expecting. In fact, 18th round of commander level talks happened on 23rd of April. Nothing concrete came out, and this is why people are very hopeful. Depsang and Demchok are two areas where India wants disengagement. In fact, buffer zone strategy is what people are talking about. In fact, in commander level talks, in fact, we are learning from our Indian Army sources that this was the very same thing that was discussed, but nothing was the outcome of that particular meeting. Now,
Yes.
everyone is hopeful ahead of this SCO's defense ministers meet that is going to happen tomorrow. This meeting is very significant. In fact, defense ministry sources are confirming that we can expect some sort of statement after this particular meeting.
Absolutely, and all eyes will be on that meeting. For the moment, Akash, thank you so much for getting us the latest. We'll keep coming back to you. But what exactly are we expecting from this particular meeting?